Attention! If those citizens whose back is to the speaker, we'll go ahead and turn around. Move your chairs, please, so that way you can be seated once I've introduced our speaker for lunch today. Joining us today, it is our pleasure. We definitely want to thank him for his time away from office today. We are privileged to have with us today the Attorney General of the state of West Virginia, Mr. Patrick Morrisey. He has been the Attorney General of the state of West Virginia since 2013. I'd like to welcome you to present to the citizens of the 85th session of the American Legion Mountaineer Boys State.
Grab a seat, please. How is everyone at Boys State today? You guys having a great day? It is wonderful to be back at Boys State, and I'm very happy to say that I've come virtually every single year since I've been in the Attorney General of West Virginia. You guys inspire me. And I hope you realize what an honor it is for you to be here and for me to come and have a chance to talk to you for a few minutes. You guys really are the future of our state, and I get fired up every time I have a chance to come here and spend a little bit of time with you. So thank you for letting me be here today. When I think of Mountaineers Boys State, I think of this as being one of the time-honored traditions here in West Virginia, beginning back in 1935. And for generations, West Virginia Boys State helped train energetic young recruits like yourself in the basis of good, honest, effective, ethical government. I think all of us know that holding office is unlike any endeavor you could possibly imagine. You take your ideas, your energy, your ingenuity, and then you invest it into something to improve the lives of all those around you. You expose yourself to the possibility of criticism, and you work tirelessly to help the betterment of your fellow man. So let me be the first to say, I appreciate the hard work that you're putting in this week that goes into serving others, and I applaud your willingness to do so. But the qualities of looking out for others aren't just limited to those in government or here today. It's going to apply to all of you and everyone you know in your future endeavors. I'd like to think that everyone in this room understands you have an opportunity to be the standard bearer, the future of West Virginia, and you're going to be given an opportunity to lead in one way or another. And one of the reasons why I get so inspired to come here, a lot of times people invite the Attorney General, or a public officer because they want the kids to be inspired, right? I'll tell you why I come. I get inspired looking at you because I see a future of hope, and you guys are working. You're developing your purpose, your principles. You're preparing for your future. And I always look and think my job is to make that as straightforward for you as possible. So you'll know that West Virginia, it is that shining state in the mountains. And you get to be a big part of it. You get to lead in that area. Pretty cool, huh? That's an honor that you have. So I think you guys represent some of the best students that West Virginia has to offer, and I salute you. Now, every year, I'm fond of asking a couple questions. And I do this at Girls State, where I was at this morning, and I do it here at Boys State, and I talk about it all year round, the questions I ask. And you'll see why in a minute. Show of hands for everyone. How many here plan to go to college? Okay. Now put your hands down. Second question, how many here think that there will be job opportunities, good job opportunities for you here in West Virginia when you're done? Now, I want you to look around the room. Keep your hands up. I want you all to look around the room. Let's do it again. How many people here want to go to college? Look around. Now put them down. How many people think there'll be good job opportunities for you after college? Do you see the difference? I am here to tell you that you, every one of you, you're going to have incredible job opportunities available for you right here in West Virginia, whether you had your hands up or not. But it's important for the elected officials and the leaders of today to make sure that we're doing everything possible to convey to you the systems that are being put in place now to make your job a little bit easier, to make sure you know West Virginia has a very vibrant future. Let me ask you another question. How many people here plan to stay in West Virginia after college? You see, once again, a lot of people not raising their hand. And let me ask you this question. People are worried about the economic opportunities, right? That there are not going to be enough jobs. We're poised to change that. And I know there are a lot of people that are looking out into the future and know that we have a unique opportunity in history to lift up our standard of living, to have the best educational attainment, to make sure that we're having a state that's the envy of the whole country. We have that opportunity. You have that opportunity as the leaders of tomorrow. And I know one of the main issues that we've had facing our state has been whether we've had the opportunity for high school or college grads to have the jobs, the good paying jobs, to make West Virginia the best state to live, work, and play in. But that's beginning to change, and more changes are on the horizon. We know that there were some struggles in the past. A lot of graduates didn't think there were those opportunities. People fled our state. It's our hope that that changes, but that change comes from within you. Because we can't survive as a state unless all of us work together and we serve and show that leadership why West Virginia is the shining state in the mountains and why West Virginia is going to soar in the next few years. And the reason why it's going to soar is because we have huge advantages. Let me talk about just a couple. Do you know we're within 10 hours of 180 million people? Think about that for a moment. Geographically, we're in the right place in the country. We're strategic. We have the ability to ship our goods and our services to so many people around America. We're in the right place, if you will. We are the most gorgeous state in America. Are you guys with me on that? That's an easy one, right? So we can attract people to come to our state. We're actually the 4th largest energy producer in our country. That's pretty cool too, right? That means there are a lot of really good paying jobs in that sector. And while most of you want to go to college, and I commend you for that, there might be some here or in other places who don't, but are going to recognize the nobility of working with your hands. The next generation of plumbers, of electricians, contractors, sheet metal workers. There's nobility in working hard, having a work ethic, accomplishing things, having a purpose, doing things the right way, being a model in your community. That's part of what you're learning here today. That's what you're learning this week. Possibility for all of you is endless. Endless. And you have that bright future in front of you. Now, one of the reasons I come is because I'm the state attorney general. And I know that a lot of times I go to different forums and people wonder, what does the attorney general do, right? And sometimes people know, sometimes people don't. But the attorney general serves as the chief legal officer of the state. And one of the top goals that we have is to treat everyone the same, regardless of your background, regardless of your economic status, your political party. You deserve to be treated the same under the eyes of the law. Under the eyes of the law, there's no one any better or any worse. Those are pretty cool models to live by, aren't they? And that's what you're learning here, too. Everyone is special, not just a select few. These are principles we can all take dear and explain. Now, as the AG, I serve as the principal law firm for the state of West Virginia. I speak for the state of West Virginia on legal issues, represent the governor, the secretary of state, the treasurer, the legislature, agencies. We write legal opinions. We do things to try to foster economic growth. And we do things to try to prevent jobs from being shut down. I spent years of my life working on a big case called West Virginia v. EPA. West Virginia had one of the most important U.S. Supreme Court cases in a generation. And we saved thousands and thousands of energy jobs because we went through the process. We won the case at the U.S. Supreme Court. Because we have something special here in West Virginia, and we want to protect it. And that we did, and we're going to keep going and going. It's my job as the AG to always protect the citizens of West Virginia from federal overreach, to have law enforcement that treats everyone the same, and it's known as predictable, and it's known as being fair. But I'll also note that our office has an opportunity to be a catalyst, to help bring more jobs back to West Virginia, help lure more people back to West Virginia. We need to attract more people here to the state of West Virginia in order to really grow. So we want to be welcoming of people who come into our state. That's important. And we want to keep as many people as we can right here. We've been busy over the last number of years. We've taken on federal overreach, but we've also worked hard to address the terrible drug epidemic here in our state. I know many of you know people affected by the drug epidemic, and I want to just mention a couple words to you today. Quick question, though. How many people in this room have ever vaped? Show of hands. All right, one hand raised. Now I'm going to ask you a separate question. It should be worth a good laugh. How many people here know one of your friends who's vaped? Maybe more than one of you has vaped, right? Why do I mention that to you? I mention that to you because what we found is that some of the vaping we've seen is hugely problematic. We've seen some pretty dangerous stuff get littered into that vaping device. As the Attorney General, I get to see some interesting reports come across my desk, right? Well, one of them was about a batch that went into a vaping machine and a couple people died and they thought they had synthetic drugs or marijuana. It wasn't. And they had this laced fentanyl and this elephant tranquilizer come across them. That's terrible. You have to be very, very careful, and I would urge all of you, don't think it's just fun and games. It isn't. I read the stats. I'm the Attorney General of the state. You don't want to go down that road. You've got that great life in front of you. No reason to mess around with it. So, we've been busy in the AG's office. I mentioned that we fight the drug epidemic. That's been an important part of what we've done. We had over $1 billion of settlements against the drug companies. When I find that people are responsible, I take action, I step up. We successfully defended the Hope Scholarship Law to provide for broader school choice opportunities for every child in West Virginia. That's important because the success of a state starts with a good education. That's one of the reasons why you're here this week, right? You're trying to learn leadership skills that are going to carry you for the rest of your life. We've been busy working across the board to protect consumers from businesses that may have a predatory path, but we treat everyone fairly, and that's a pretty darn good thing. Now, I mentioned at the beginning that I enjoy coming here. I enjoy coming here because I look out at you and I see hope in our future. You know, a few weeks ago, I had the chance to spend a little bit of time with some young people, maybe a little bit older than you, but in their 20s. One of them was Riley Gaines. You ever hear of Riley Gaines? She's actually a very impressive young woman. And when I listened to her speak, and I listened to other people speak, that had the courage to step up, speak up for their principles, and do the right thing, that makes an attorney general pretty fired up. You get to think, wow, isn't it cool that I have this job where maybe I get to help a little bit along the way, but I get to watch. And that's what gets me fired up every day, to watch you guys do the right thing. It might be holding the door for your friend. It might be just being neighborly to your 83-year-old neighbor who just loves the fact they could talk to you. The respect that you're showing. It might be focusing on the excellence that you need to get ahead. We don't have time today, but I frequently give a speech I call the P speech, where I talk about the P's of success, because a lot of places I go, people ask, well, how did you get to be successful? How did you get to be the Attorney General? How are you likely to be our next governor? And when I get asked all that, I give the P's of success. We talk about your purpose. We talk about your principles. We talk about practicing over and over again the right thing, perfect practice. We talk about passion for doing the right thing, perseverance in the face of adversity, patience when something isn't going your way. Wow, that's pretty important too. We talk about all those things, and then we also talk about the importance of prayer, connecting with your spiritual self, and play. The P's have it all. I'm not here to talk to you about the P's that apply for you, but you want to find your own roadmap, the principles that are going to drive you forward. Boise State gives you that founding, those principles that are going to help you. Note that one of my P's wasn't political. It's not political. It's about finding your purpose, who you are, being the good person you're intended to be, and then infecting others with that personality. That's pretty cool, right? And one of the most important P's of all, being positive. No one here likes to spend time with people who are negative. Take that positive energy, that purpose, that dedication, that work ethic, that practice, that perfect practice. Have that patience, have that perseverance, and you'll be able to do some pretty incredible things in life. Now, our state's motto, you guys know what it is. Mountaineers are always free, right? That's something I think about every day. I want to keep our state free from negativity and the kind of policies that hold us back. But at the end of the day, that job isn't just up to me, the Attorney General. I might be the chief legal officer of the state and be in a position you guys may look up to and say, it's his job, but I need help. An Attorney General, a governor, or anyone needs all the people around them, the whole state, to rally behind the cause. We have a great opportunity here in West Virginia, and I couldn't think of a better place to be than Mountaineer's Boise State, a tradition that started in 1935 and that's produced countless leaders for the state of West Virginia. And I'm going to ask all of you, I'm going to challenge you to do one thing. Right now, you're all juniors, I believe? Juniors, mostly? I'm going to ask you all to go back to your schools and tell me, I'm going to question you on this. Recruit 1 or 2 people to come to Mountaineer Boise State next year. How's that sound? Yes. How many people would commit to working with Mountaineers Boise State to find another person or 2 so we could start to see an increase in the number of people? How many people are in on that? Yeah. I don't see enough hands. How many people are in on that? All right. Wouldn't that be pretty darn cool, huh? You guys have it. Now you need to pass it along to others. And I want to look at you today and say, take advantage of this week. I remember when I was younger, I had the fortunate ability to listen to a governor or a senator speak. I didn't grow up with much money, but I remember listening going, wow, look at that guy. Inspire others to do what you're doing this week. Take advantage of that opportunity and live up to your promise. Be the future leaders of tomorrow that I know you can be. My name is Patrick Morrissey. I'm your state attorney general, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here today. God bless you. God bless the great state of West Virginia, and God bless America.
Attorney General, did I do something? Attorney General Morrissey, what did I do? I did something.
Test.
Attorney General, test. No. All right, Attorney General Morrissey, thank you for coming to speak to Mountaineer Boys State. For at least the 10th time while he's been in office, so he has received many mementos from Mountaineer Boys State, but this is the 1 year only that you would receive the Commander's coin from the Department of West Virginia, American Legion, my coin for you. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Amen. Guys, thank you.